Alright, what's up everybody? You guys know I do a lot of Not a Hero for Resident Evil, so I figured I can try my hand at doing a little tutorial. And so yeah, this is gonna be new game easy. I'm gonna try and do both PC and console. There's not much difference, but I'll still try to explain both versions of it as we go along.
Is it ready?
But yeah, this might be 2 videos, might be 1, who knows.
All right, I'm in the mine.
Signal strong. You're coming through loud and clear, Chris.
Alright, so for the beginning here, you're just pressing forward. You're not just trying not to bump into anything.
How many men did we lose?
3 of
Just
our
gonna
best.
head to the right
Their last
here.
transmission was near a lab that should be just ahead. I'm going to need you to check it out.
Got it.
Take out our shotgun. I'm just gonna make our way up past these guys here. Gonna shoot him, and we're gonna change our weapon, and we're gonna change
Any
it
idea
back.
what Lucas is up to?
The reason why we do that is this doesn't happen in Resident Evil 7 like the main game, but for Not a Hero, whenever you fire a weapon, Chris will actually slow down, and to cancel that animation, we'll swap our weapons whenever we fire to kind of get Chris back to moving to top speed faster. This is why it's important to just try to only shoot when it's necessary to prevent that from happening.
Down here?
We're still analyzing the data, but it looks like he's been running experiments.
Also, I'm doing this on PC.
But
like I said, I'll also
Let's
show
hope those
console.
men haven't become a
console
part of
strats,
those
which
experiments.
the majority of it's the same, but yeah. Alright, and when I move through this doorway here, what I do is I'll kind of, you kind of see that little shadow right there, I'll kind of move in towards there, I'll aim for there. If you do it like a little too soon or too far, Chris will kind of like pull into the animation a little bit, which can lose you like, I mean it's barely any time, but still time's time. So I kind of just go in right in between there, right down the middle. And that kind of helps with Chris, you know, just moving right into this cutscene here.
I got news for you.
What?
That's not gonna happen.
As far as we have seen, there isn't any evidence yet to say that the language saves time. We know on the main game having your language saves about a second or so. But for here, Not a Hero, we haven't seen any proof that it does. So you can just pick whatever language you want.
You don't follow me, and I'll bounce your head off the ceiling. Oh, the same goes for your little soldier brains too. Adios. Muchachos.
Fuck.
I'm picking up airborne spores. It's the E-type UMIC. Your mask will switch automatically to rebreather mode. Keep an eye on your oxygen tank to be safe.
Alright, so right here. Not right there. Right there. I see on the top left screen there was a autosave. This is something that's going to be, it might benefit you, it might not, depending on how your PC is set up. So it's really one of those you have to just try it and figure it out for yourself. If you do a retry on that autosave, it will push you a little bit forward, because see we're originally standing here. Don't do this on console, it won't save you time on console at all. So if you're on PC, it may or may not, it depends on your setup. Just ignore that dude right there, hit the button. And again, we are playing a new game. So do a little bit of inventory management. There's not a lot of management in Not a Hero, which is pretty cool.
Chris, we finished analyzing the data we intercepted from Lucas. It's like we thought. The son of a bitch has been sending status reports on Evie to the connections. Find him and bring him in. We can't let this happen again.
Are you sure you just don't want to recruit him?
Chris, we've been over this.
Maybe the BSAA is convinced. If they weren't, I
And
wouldn't
for Resident Evil 7, again, just like the main game, wherever you leave your cursor is where that cursor will always stay. So just we gotta be mindful of where we have our cursor at.
About all that's left now is let's just focus on the mission and
We're just gonna make our way over here to the red door.
okay?
Sure, whatever.
We're gonna open this red door, and if you are on console, specifically if you're on PS4, This door is going to take a little bit to load in. I don't think it does it on Xbox. I think it's just PS4, unfortunately. But when you hit this door, it's going to take a little bit to load in. So what you do on console, if this happens, you can just pause your game and you can just wait for this door to load. Just because it can take, you can lose a lot of time just waiting for the door to load. But yeah, that's just a PS4 thing. Alright, and for this area here, what we want to do is make sure your cursor is right here on the left side of the inventory screen. What we're going to do is we got to obtain a key. As you can see right there, the giant green crate says key. That's what we need to get. Lucas is going to raise it up, so we got to grab some cranks and gears to lower it back down. When we go in here, there's going to be molded that spawns. What we want to do is kind of stay to the right side to walk down and grab that guy, drop down, and then make our way around to lower that dude. So we're just going to make our way over here to the right side. Ignore this molded. Oh, also, there's a way to kind of grab items a little bit quicker, because normally when you grab items, you kind of get like a slow animation, I guess I can call it. If you aim your gun about a half a second before you pick up an item, you can pick it up essentially a lot quicker. So we're gonna do that right here. You don't have to do this. It's like barely, it's a minimum time save, so don't worry about this if you don't want to do it. But yeah. And then for this crank here, what we want to do is kind of stay towards the right side of it a little bit, and we want to insert the crank and the gear kind of as quickly as you can, because there's two molded to the left of us, and if we don't insert it quick enough and we're kind of in a weird spot, it kind of determines whether or not they just walk right towards us or not, so it can be a little bit of a pain. So we just want to stand out right here, and then I'll insert the crank and gear. Do that, and you see there's two molded right here. If you look to the left, they will stay more towards the left instead of walking more towards at you. It should hit you if you're still in the animation of turning the crank. If you saw that it really didn't slow me down at all, so that's not a big deal. I'm gonna show that again though, just to do it. Yeah, we're gonna stay towards the right side. Grab the crank. Grab the gear. You saw with the crank I kind of had a delay right there. That's because I didn't do the aim thing correctly. That's just a good example of just how slow the animation can kind of be compared to when you do it correctly. So you can see the difference there pretty well. I'll stand about right there. Enter the crank and gear and kind of look towards the left, and those two molded should stay on their left side as we lower the grate down. You can just ignore that fat molded right there to the left of us and just head to the right. And yeah, there we go. Sometimes on console there will be a black load here, so if you want to do like a quick pause on console just in case that happens, you can. I kind of feel like I was the only one that really had that black load, but I was also on base PS4, so I guess maybe it's just the PS4 thing. Alright, and for me, I like to put my keys on the top of the inventory here if I can. That way, if I'm running, I don't have to worry about my cursor like shooting upwards and missing that input. So it's just something to help me out there with that. That way, I can just mash right away. Alright, so for this part here, to explain a little bit, there's a few versions that we play on. We have the uncensored version, which is like the American version, I guess you can call it. And we have a 0D, which is a Japanese copy. And then we also have Korean. The uncensored version is one everyone's familiar with, you know, the one with the soldiers tied up, and then you got the little saw coming down and kind of decapitates his head. That one takes about an entire minute to play out for that cutscene, and we find out for 0D. 0D is a censored version, and having a censored version like that will save 8 seconds off of that the uncensored version. Even better is on the Korean version, which is what I'm on right now. It completely cuts out all of that entire cutscene with the soldier dying and literally all of it. He's just laying here on the floor, as you can see, and all you do is just grab it. This saves a minute, a good solid minute, so it's a pretty gnarly time save. But yeah, I'll probably leave a link so you can see all the comparisons of the censorship for this version of the game. But yeah. For doors, we want to crouch down. That way, as you can see, we can walk under it before the door is completely open. Just allows us to get through it a little bit faster. So yeah, crouch down, and then just walk right under it. But yeah, for this area here, it's pretty straightforward. Just try to keep your line straight and try not to bump into anything. Just cut your corners really well. And we are going to be reaching a white molded right up here. It's pretty easy on PC. What we're going to do is the classic FPS swap. We're going to swap to 30 FPS. That's going to allow us to really pass right on by as if he wasn't even there. If you're on console, unfortunately you don't have that FPS advantage. So what I do to get past this guy, so he spawns about here. If you stay too close to the right, then he's just gonna move to the right, and he's just gonna kind of be in your way. What I like to do is kind of stay towards, not directly in the middle, but a little bit to the right, but not all the way to the wall. That way he will kind of just walk towards the middle area a little bit more, allowing you more room to get past him on the right side. So kind of just walk right down here. And he shouldn't really shimmy to the right side for you, and should be able to squeeze through. You still get bumped a little bit, but we're on console, so you kind of just gotta do with what you got. But it still works. Again, just try not to bump into anything. Keeping your corners tight and all that. We're gonna make our way through here. We're gonna grab the ramrods and the night vision goggles. So grab the night vision device first, and then you're gonna like quickly turn your camera to grab the ramrods. Alright, so for this part here, you wanna make sure you have your shotgun out. We're gonna make a right. And then we have these cage doors. Alright, so for these cage doors, I see they're locked by this little bar. When you hit it, that bar only unlocks and the door opens. What we want is to kind of move right through that door the second it opens, without lowering our movement speed. So for PC, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open the door, kind of move our camera backwards, and it allows Chris to kind of delay his movement just enough to timely make it through the door while continuing to have our speed. And yeah, so we're gonna try that a few times. There you are. And for when we also do this, you also want to make sure you have the shotgun and you destroy that box right there before you open the door. The reason for that is just simply because the box is in our way. So I want to make sure that we fire our weapon, unlock the door, and there we go. If you are on console, Unfortunately, we don't have that quick camera movement that we know and love for PC. So what we want to do is just kind of open it and kind of go like move in a circle. The idea is to keep Chris moving, because you have him stop, it takes a little bit for him to start walking up to max speed again. So you want to constantly keep Chris moving. We do that. What I'll do for console is fire that gun and just go in like that. I'll do like a walk around in a circle a little bit to kind of keep that momentum movement going. So yeah, come over here, come to the right, fire that, and then there we go. So shoot that, unlock that. Oh, well, I missed. Sometimes the bullets will hit. You gotta be a little careful when you shoot that shotgun. Sometimes all the bullets will like hit the fence, or not the fence, the door. So you gotta be a little careful with the with aiming that to make sure the bullets go right past the cage door there. But yeah, just gonna shoot that. Move right through, jump on down. Alright, then we're gonna head down here, grab these last 3 levers here. We're gonna grab the last one and then the middle one right here. Pull this guy down, and there's gonna be a bunch of little mini crawlies blocking our path here. So, a few ways you can kind of just get past them without them hitting you. They're not that big of a deal, but they can be a little bit annoying. What I do is I'll walk a little bit forward, and I'll kind of like stray to the right a little bit and go that way. You can just walk straight forward and they'll also like avoid you too, but it's a little bit more risky, so it's just whatever works for you. But for me, let's try it this way. I just gotta shimmy to the right a little bit, then just come right back, and then as you see, they're just no big deal. Oh, I didn't know this was all the way over here, but yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna pull down the last 2 levers here to get the power back onto the elevator. Walk down here. Hit this button. If they do hit ya, they're pretty easy to block. Let's see if we can get this one here. See? They'll just jump at you and you just easily just deflect them and just instantly kill them. So they're not too annoying. You can easily just push them off. But yeah, if they're in the elevator right here, the elevator door will actually not close, so it's very important to make sure you keep them away. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna try that one more time. Again, grab that last one and then the middle one. Make our way to the elevator door. If you hit this button and you kind of immediately just move forward towards the door here and not look back, a lot of times the critters, they won't even bother you. See, they're not even jumping at me right now. So that's one way you can kind of just keep them off your back. But they really shouldn't bother you, as you saw right there. If you just don't look behind, just keep moving forward towards the door, you'll be fine. Alright. So we're gonna make sure your gun's reloaded. Make sure the Albert's reloaded. We want to change that to the ramrods. Also, if you're on PC, one little advantage that PC has over console, if you hit G, it instantly changes to the ramrods from normal ammo. If you are on console, unfortunately, to swap your ammo, you have to aim and then either press triangle or Y. Which is kind of, it's something really small, but it's actually a pretty annoying thing if you're running on console, because if you want to change, you have to constantly like aim and then swap. So it's a little annoying, but still, just one little things that PC has over console. Alright, so we just gotta make our way forward. Ignore that little dude, he's not gonna bother us. Make our way over here. We got a white molded. We are just going to swap our FPS to 30, then swap back. And coming up here, I'm gonna take out our shotgun. There's gonna be like some lasers, some little turret lasers in this way. They're not gonna harm you. The damage is very, very minimal, so you can just run right past them, just ignore them. There's two molded around that corner though. What we are going to do is going to shoot it in the head. The one on the right. We're going to shoot the one on the right in the head. So yeah, these turrets, just ignore them. That guy, swap our weapon, and then we should just be able to move right through. So yeah, come on over here, change our FPS. Oops. Change to our shotgun and know the turrets. Shoot the one on the right in the head, swap your weapon. I actually hit the wrong input, but whatever. And there you go. Alright, for the last part here, this is our last cage door. What's going to happen is you're going to go through this door, and you want to throw this grenade down the end of the hallway there, because there's a bunch of turrets at the end of the hallway. So we want to blow those up with this grenade. There's two molded that will spawn in the middle of our path. So what we're going to do is open this door, throw the grenade down the hallway, and then swap our FPS to kind of squeeze past them, and then hopefully we don't get hit. So yeah. Open that, throw that, swap to 30 FPS, squeeze through, swap back, there. Oh, see, you might get hit, but pretty easy. I'm gonna try to show that one more time though. Whoops. Throw your grenade. Swap your FPS, because it makes it easier to squeeze past enemies. And there you are. Pretty easy. If you are on console, it's the exact same way. Again, just that you just don't have that FPS advantage there. Did I throw? Okay. I was worried I didn't throw my grenade at the right spot. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty simple. You just gotta just keep practicing it, and you know, should be able to get through no problem. Alright, we're just gonna head to the next area. Again, we're crouching underneath these doors here to get past them a little sooner. And this area here, there's a bunch of traps on the floor, so just be a little mindful of those. Head over here, and for this laser here, you can't deflect it like you can some of the remote bombs that are later on in the game. You have to shoot this one. So what we're gonna do is just shoot it, swap our weapon, and then just carry on like normal. That's the only one you have to shoot for right now. This one you can deflect it by guarding at the last second. So deflect it, and there we go. Pretty easy. Again, crouch underneath the door. Push this guy. I'm gonna deflect at this little fatty bomber here. And yeah, there you go. You can deflect any single enemy in this game, and that's including Lucas, which is pretty cool. And that's a nice little fun feature that the Not a Hero has. Alright, for this little puzzle, we have 4 minecarts. We're just gonna push 3 out of the 4 of them. We're just gonna take that damage right there. As you see, he doesn't do a lot of damage. And then we're just gonna move over to this last one. So yeah, you don't push the cart over on the left side right there. There's no reason to. And yeah. Make ourselves through here. Just be careful not to bump into anything. Make sure your movement's just nice and smooth. Grab the key. Ignore these guys. No reason to shoot at them. Swap your FPS to squeeze past him. Oh, not that. There we go. Take out your shotgun, open the door first, and then shoot this guy. Because you want to open the door as soon as we can. Yeah. Alright, for here, what we're going to do is the second you crouch down, you want to throw that grenade because we want to blow up all those lasers down there. So we're going to simultaneously throw the grenade as we crouch underneath this laser. So boom, there you go, pretty easy.
Hey, you okay? Hang on.
Alright, so for this part here, this part is probably the most nerve-wracking part for just, I guess, just playing it casually in general, honestly. So as you see, we've got a bunch of traps, we've got a bunch of bombs hooked up here. If you touch any of them, Chris will end up dying and the room will explode. So get past this part quickly. What we're going to do is crouch under here. And you can stand up at some points, but if you're not comfortable with standing up, that's completely okay. You can crouch to this place until you're just more familiar with how to do this. But yeah, you can crouch up here, uncrouch here, and then you can stand up right here, and we can run down, drop down, head to the left, and we can, again, we can stand up here, run all the way over here. Careful with this one. A lot of people, if you do tend to hit one, it's usually this guy, because you might take this corner a little bit too tight and accidentally hit it. So try to keep this turn a little bit wide, just to avoid hitting that guy, but yeah. A little visual cue I use to note when to stand up is you got this little crack on the floor right here. I'll have my bottom camera line up with the bottom of that. You see how it's like, yeah. So like right there, see how the bottom of the cracks lined up at the bottom of my screen? That's my cue to know that I can stand up safely. This is also when I'm moving, like in motion. So, boop, there you go, and yeah, crouch under here, and then pull the lava.
Hey,
So, yeah.
you okay? Hang on. I'm coming.
Crouch down here, head to the left side, stand up. And there we go. Again, if standing up obviously is faster than crouching through the entire thing, but if you're not comfortable with it yet, you can completely just crouch through it until you're ready, because if you die here, you'll lose more time than you would if you were just to take it easy. So yeah. Crouch, run, crouch, run, crouch, head to the left. Run, crouch, and take a little wide turn there, and then you can run.
Hey. Hey, you still with us?
Yeah, it's you.
Alright, so we are gonna do grab some ammo. The only ammo you need to pick up is just the ramrods. You don't need to worry about any other type of ammo until you reach the cabin or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, for here you're gonna take out your knife. We're gonna head to the left side, destroy this box, grab that ramrods. You don't need that one. Also be careful, these bombs are tripwires. They are still live, they're still active, so if you hit one, the room will still explode, so don't be, you know, just messing around playing fun, because you can easily like hit one of them. I know, because I've done it. That's how I found out.
We can get out up through there. Oh, fuck. You gotta be kidding me. Fuck! 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 Get the thing off me! No!
Alright, make sure all your ammo is reloaded. Make sure your cursor is correct. We want to overtop the clown key right here. And then there's going to be an autosave retry we're going to do here. It's going to be at the second to last step of the ladder. Let's see if we get it, because sometimes it pops up, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully it does. So yeah, about right here. There it is. So we don't know why sometimes this autosave doesn't pop up. It just will or it won't. You just gotta have a luck of the draw. For me, I've noticed it doesn't like to pop up more on PC than console. I don't know if there's something there on that. But that's just what I've observed. Maybe it's more because I'm on the Korean version or something like that. But it's just sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is do a retry. And that retry is going to put us all the way
Okay.
at the top of the
We got a
stairway right here.
situation here.
For this door, as you see Chris kind of slowly open the door, there's a way to quickly open that door. What you want to do is, when the second you spawn back in, you want to kind of delay Chris's movement by like a tiny bit, by like almost half a second, tiny bit, because you want to let that door load in so we can just quickly just rush right through it. What I do is when I load in, I'll like shimmy to the left side of the wall. That kind of will delay it enough to be properly time it to get that door open. So we can do it. There you go, see? It's just so much faster than having to just randomly push through it. You see, it takes a while to unlock, and then Chris kind of like delays with opening the door. But yeah, head to this left side of the wall, and it should completely open for you.
We got a situation here.
We're on it, Chris. Head back to the central cavern and wait for further.
Alright, so
Let me down.
for this part. Alright, so for this part, there's about 1, 2, 3 molded that are in our path here. What's going to happen is we need to kind of maneuver ourselves through them without them grabbing us. The ideal way to avoid being grabbed by molded is kind of weird. You want to be as close as you can to them without necessarily touching them. It sounds a little weird, but that's kind of like the best way you want to do it. And kind of the further you are away from them, kind of betters the chance of them grabbing you. So yeah, so we're just gonna walk over here. I'll kind of use like this puddle right here as like a visual cue to start my turn.
Okay. We got a
So here.
situation here.
We're on it, Chris. Head back to the central cavern and wait for further.
So I'm gonna run up over here. Once I reach that little puddle, that's when we'll start to make a turn. Oh, see, he wants to grab me today.
Okay.
That's what we don't
Got a
want.
situation here.
We're on it, Chris. Head back to the central cavern and wait for further instructions.
So I just make our way down here. And do a little bit of a wide turn right there. There we go. So you want to be close to them, but not close enough to where you're touching them. You don't want to touch them, but you want to be as close as you can. It's a little weird.
Okay. We got a situation here.
Also the thing you're kind of looking for is when you walk past them, if you notice they'll stop instead of like grabbing you, they'll just kind of stop and kind of turns towards Chris. That's what we want to see. That lets us know that, hey, we're walking past them correctly here. So now start to make your turn. There you go. You can see how they kind of just stop and just kind of turn towards Chris. It's very weird. It's just something you're gonna get more of a feel for.
We got a situation here.
We're on it, Chris. Head back to the central cavern and wait for further instructions.
Don't let me down.
Oh, there you go. Oh, let's see. Sometimes they still will hit you.
Okay. We got a situation here.
We're on it, Chris. Head back to the central cavern and wait for further instructions.
But yeah, I'm just gonna walk over here, start to do like a long turn. And then yeah, there you go.
Chris, good news. Our video logs from the first unit.
Again, this red door icon console will always take a while to load in, so every time you open it, you'll have to pause a little bit to let that door load in. These molded here, just ignore them, just walk right past them, they shouldn't be an issue. Making sure your cursor is on the clown key. Alright, then we're gonna make our way towards here. It's gonna be a white molded, and then we're just gonna ignore him. What we're gonna do is gonna stay towards the left. That molded right here. Be careful of him because he can grab you. So we want to stay as close to the left as you can to try to prevent this guy from grabbing you. Stay close to the left here. I'll see he's still cheap shotted me. So just walk past this guy, hug the left side as much as you can because he loves to grab people. And this four-legged molded right here, he will either do one of two things. He will either lunge at you. If he does lunge at you, you can kind of just juke him. You can just stand here, and then he tries to lunge at you, you can quickly shimmy to the left. Or he will kind of step backwards, and if he steps backwards, that's essentially what we want to see, because you can just easily just move right past him without any issues here. So you see, usually he lunges at you, which is what he did with me there, so you just kind of juke him if you see him about to do that. Over here, I'm going to do a FPS swap to squeeze by that. You want to have your knife out here, because we want to open this box, and that's going to have a little bit of ramrods. So for Mama Molded, I'm going to show this quite a few times, but essentially, for Chris, for your weapon, for the Albert here, when we fire it, notice that animation right there, and then notice when we, hang on. Notice if we use all of our bullets, he'll do that, and then he'll also knock it on the very top of the gun, so he kind of takes a little bit longer to reload his weapon. So one little trick that we do here is when we're firing our gun, we won't use the entire clip. We will stop at the at one bullet, we will save the last bullet, and then we'll reload our gun. Because see, he didn't knock the top of the weapon there, which allows you to reload your gun a lot quicker. So that is also very important to know for Not a Hero. We're gonna do that, grab our ramrods. I'm gonna show this a few times. I'm gonna show this first and then explain it. Throw a grenade, fire a gun, throw 2 grenades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reload your gun. Headshot, headshot, body shot, body shot. There you go. Alright. To kind of explain what's happening here. Again, we're gonna grab these ramrods. Once we hear this little crate hit the ground, we're going to throw a grenade, take out your Albert, fire the shot, throw 2 grenades, and that's going to be the first part of the fight. So again, grab that ramrods, have your grenades out, wait for the sound effect of that hitting the ground. That's your cue to throw your grenade, take out your gun, fire, and he's going to fall to the ground, and then you're going to throw 2 grenades right there. After that, you're going to start shooting him in the head. So again, wait for that to fall, wait for the audio cue, throw your grenade, fire him, 2 grenades, 1, 2, take out your gun, shoot him in the head, use all but the last bullets, 2, 1, reload your guns, reload quicker, 2 headshots, 1, 2, and then 2 body shots, or 1 body shot, it depends how fast you can kill him here. So the reason why we don't do just all headshots is, so this, with how Not a Hero works, we want the quickest animation, which may not necessarily be the quickest way, because animation is very important for Not a Hero. If you get like a very, very slow death animation, you can lose a lot of time. So it's not necessary we want to kill him in the quickest way. We want to kill him in the quickest way that give us the best animation. That sounds weird, but I'm going to show you an example of that. So yeah, say we do all headshots. Throw your grenade. Fire a gun, 2 grenades, 1, 2. We just do headshot, headshot, headshot. Reload a gun, we do like headshot, headshot, headshot. See how she kind of knocked back. And she's actually dead right now. She's just gonna take a while to die. She's just being a little over dramatic. There she goes. So you can see that took a lot longer for her to essentially die. That's why when we wanna also, when we kill enemies, we wanna be mindful of how we do it, because we want the quickest animation, not necessarily the quickest way, because the quickest animation is essentially gonna save you more time. So yeah. Grenade, headshot, 2 grenades here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, saving that last bullet. 1 headshot, 2 headshot, and a body shot. Depending how much damage you do to the mama molded, you might have to use that extra bullet here, which is completely fine. But yeah, that's how you would do that fight right there.
Is this really gonna work?
Hurry, Chris!
Here goes nothing. That did it.
Take it off before it thaws and restarts.
Shit!
You alright, Chris?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, Lucas. It's just you and me.
Alright, then we're just gonna head right back down. Coming up next, we got the shield machine, aka the vault, aka the cabin, which is a very tricky area. A lot of people kind of, your runs, you will generally die at that spot, because you can essentially lose that a lot of time just from animations, from death animations alone, so it's a pretty tricky area. So we're just gonna head back to the beginning spot here. Insert those keys, and I believe this is just where I'm going to end the video here, mainly because the shield generator and Lucas is there's a lot to cover in that. There's a lot to talk about, so doing it in the second video I can be a lot more in detail with it. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. You got any questions, let me know. I'm on the Discord, I'm on Blue Sky, it's kind of everywhere. Yeah, so see you.